Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Oshe. Okay, for this assignment, I will talk about for the first role of OSH, legal requirement in business management. Okay, so for the first point is Factory and Machinery Act 1967 only covers occupational safety and health in the manufacturing, mining, quarrying, and construction industry, whereas the other industry are not covered, with some are related with occupational safety, health, and 1994 that the premise have building, etc. Okay. For the second point, part 4 to 4 1 C in OSHA 1994 about general duties of employees state to wear or use at all time any protective equipment or clothing provided by the employer for the purpose of preventing risk in his safety and health. Okay. Part 2, 11 about safety, health, and welfare state that any very factory in which person are exposed to risk bodily injury from explosive, inflammable, poisonous, or corrosive substance of ionizing radiation, such as measure and may be prescribed shall be taken as will eliminate the risk. Okay, Ikmal, can I ask you something about Board of Act?
Yes.
Board of Act is related or not, which the employer need to take serious about endanger the safety and health of the employee.
Yes, of course. This is because there is certain employer are more focused on to make profit to the company than focus to manage safety, health and welfare of the employee. And the second point, the employers feel managing OSH is a trivial matter and does not bring profit to the company. But the fact is, with effective OSH management, it will have a positive impact on the company for the long term. Arif, is there any point that you can add in our discussion?
Arif? Okay, it's okay. I will
Okay.
continue the
Arif, Arif, Arif.
the
Arif?
Arif. Are you listen? Okay, it's okay. I will continue the Arif part.
I have several points that relate with your points. Okay, which are okay. When the employer care about the employees also care about the performance and the condition of the company. Okay, second point is when OSH management is not carried out properly in a company, it may give some trouble to management because of the no indirect cost that being also included into the overall cost in the company, which company will lose more profit. Okay. Okay, Ashraf. Do you have any points that can you add?
Okay, I think I have any point to add. Such mean with all legal requirement in the company, the client will feel more secure because of all that being practiced in the whole company, which that will give more profit into the company. Okay. For the second point, every company that being registered in Malaysia need to obey health and safety of employee law, which has been implemented by the Malaysian government, such as OSHA 1994 and FMA 1967. The main law that should be followed by every company. Okay. And the last point I will add is a fine. Fines will definitely be imposed of any company found guilty of failing to comply with the provision of the law, which can affect the company reputation. Okay. Okay. For the second question is occupational safety and health, and in Malaysia is salient feature. Okay, Ikmal.
Okay.
For this part B, do you have any point to add?
Okay. In the OSH 1994, there are some points which are they are the premise that include any land, building or part of any building. Second point, any vehicle vessel or aircraft. Third point, any installation on land, offshore installation or other installation, whether on the bed of or floating off any water. And lastly, any tent or movable structure. So, Arif, can you add something?
Okay.
The characteristic
Okay.
in OSHA?
Okay. For this OSH Act, okay, there are several people that involved in this OSH Act. Okay, which are a manager, agent, or person responsible for the payment of salary or wage to an employee. Okay, second, the occupier of a place of work. Next, the legal representative of a deceased owner or occupier. And lastly, any government in Malaysia, department of any such government, local authority or statutory body. Okay, do you guys have any point that you can add?
Okay, this act actually has an objective such as to secure the safety, health, and welfare of person at work against risk to safety or health arising out of the activities of person at work. Second, to protect person at a place of work other than person at work against risk to uh, uh, to safety or health arising out of activities of person at work. And lastly, our objective is to promote an occupational environment for person at work which is adapt to their physiological and psychological needs. Okay. Ikmal, how many
Yes.
parts in this act?
Okay, there are 15 parts of act, which are the first is preliminary. In this topic, it has 3 sections that will be explained, the short title and application. This may uh, this act may be cited as the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. And second point is the prevailing laws. The provision of this act shall be in addition to and not in derogation of the provisions of any other written law when it is relating to occupational safety and health. And lastly, interpretation for the purpose of this act, it is risks arising out of the activities of person at work shall be treated as including risks attributable to the manner of conducting an undertaking, the plant or substance used for the purpose of an undertaking, and the condition of premise so use or any part of them. Can you add something, both of you?
Okay. Okay. I have one. Okay. The one of the important part in this act is the appointment of officers. Okay. The appointment of officers. The minister shall appoint a public officers to be the Director General of Occupational Safety and Health. In this act, referred to as the Director General. Okay, for the purpose of exercising the powers, performing the function and discharging the duties assigned to him under this act. Okay, the appointment of independent inspecting the body, the Director General may, as he deems fit, appoint a person or an independent inspecting body from any of the industries to advise or assist him in carrying out the objects and purpose of this act. Okay, the certificate of authorization, the Director General shall issue to every officer appointed under this act a certificate of authorization which shall be produced on demand on the occupier or any person in charge of a place of work which the officer intends to enter the pursuant to this act. Okay, Ashraf, do you have any point that you can add?
Okay, I will continue the part of this act. Okay, for the third act is a National Council for Occupational Safety and Health. Okay, the point is establishment of the council. Okay, there shall be established a council called the National Council for Occupational Safety and Health. For second point, membership of the council shall consist of not less than 12 and not more than 15 members who shall be appointed by the Minister of Home. Okay, I will explain more. It's first 3% shall be from organization representing employer. Second, 3% shall be from organization representing employees. Okay, third, 3 or more persons shall be from ministry or department whose responsibility is related to occupational safety and health. And 3 or more persons of whom at least one shall be a woman, shall be from organization or professional bodies. The activities of whose members are related to occupational safety and health, and who, in the opinion of the minister, are able to contribute to the work of the council. Okay. Okay. Second schedule to apply the provision of the second schedule shall apply to the member of the council. And lastly, a power and function of the council. The council shall have a power to do all things expedient or reasonably necessary for all incidental to the carrying out of the object of this act. Okay. Okay, Ikmal, do you have any point to add in this act?
Okay. In this OSHA 1994, they are stated about the general duties of employers and self-employed persons. Okay, first point, the general duties of employers and self-employed persons to their employees. It shall be the duty of every employer and every self-employed person to ensure, so far as it is practicable, the safety, health, and welfare at work of all his employees. Second point, the duty to formulate safety and health of policy, except in such case as may be prescribed, it be the duty of every employer and every self-employed person to prepare and as often as may be appropriate, revise a statement of the general policy with respect to the safety and health at work of his employees and the organization and arrangement for the time being in force for carrying out the policy, and to bring the statement and any revision of it to the notice of all his employees. That's it. Okay. Is there you guys to want to add about something?
Okay, Kemal, I think I can resume from your previous point. So the fifth point is the general duties of designers, manufacturers, and suppliers. Okay, the general duties of manufacturers, such as regard a plan for use at work, it should be the duty of a person who design, manufactures, imports, or supply any plant for use at work. Okay, first point is to ensure, so far as is practicable, that the plan is so designed and constructed as to be safe and without risk to health without when properly used. Okay, next, to carry out or arrange for the carrying out officer testing and examination as may be necessary for the performance of the duty imposed on him by paragraph A. And the next point is to take such steps as are necessary to secure that there will be available in connection with the use of the plan at work adequate information about the use for which it is designed and has been tested, and about any condition necessary to ensure that when put to that use, it will be safe and without risk to health. Okay, you guys have any point?
Okay, nice point, Mr. Arif. Okay, I will continue with this act. For the another act is general duties of employees. Okay, general duties of employees at work. It shall be of duty of every employee while at work, such as to take reasonable care for the safety and health of himself and of other person who may be affected by his act or omission conditions at work. Then, to cooperate with his employer or any other person in discharge of any duty or requirement imposed on employer or that by other person by this act or any regulation made, they are under to wear or use at all time any protective equipment or clothing provided by the employer for the purpose of preventing risk to his safety and health. And lastly, to comply with any instruction or measure on occupational safety and health instituted by his employer or any other person by or under this act or any regulation made thereunder. Okay?
Okay.
Ikmal, have any point to add in
Okay.
this act?
Next point. There are two safety and health organizations, which are the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, which is called DOSH, and second, the National of Institute Occupational Safety and Health, which is called the NIOSH. Okay, Arif, can you tell about something in this act?
Okay, there is one point that can be considered as important part in this act. Okay, next is the notification of accidents, dangerous occurrence, occupational poisoning, and occupational disease and inquiry. Okay, following the section 32, the employers should notify the nearest Department of Safety and Health Office, DOSH. Okay, next, the registered medical practitioner should report to the Director General of any of the disease listed in the third schedule of FMA 1967 or occupational poisoning. Okay, you guys have any point?
Yes, I have a point and very, very interesting, Mr. Arif. Okay. For this act, I will explain the two sections, such as section 25 and section 36. Okay. For prohibition against use of plant or substance. Okay. First section is section 25, power of the Director General to make order. Second point is obtain advice and recommendation from the relevant government department before issuing and other. Okay. For section 36 is a aggrieved person may appeal. Iqbal, do you have
Okay.
any to add?
Okay, in this point, there are two sections in industry codes of practice, which are the section 37 tell us about the code must be approved by the the minister, and second, it may be amended, and it is include code standards, rule specification, or the requirement related to safety and health. And the second section, section 38, it may be used in court of proceedings. Arif, can you tell something about enforcement and investigation?
Okay. For the part of the enforcement and investigation. Okay, there are two sections, which are section 39 and section 48. Okay, for section 39. Okay, the enforcement and investigation is by the Director General. Next, occupational safety and health officer. Next, the certificate of authorization. And lastly, for the section 39 is the power to enter, inspect, the acquire, and take sample and other. Okay, the next section is the section 48. Okay, the enforcement and investigation is by power of officer to issue notice of prohibition and improvement. Okay, Ashraf, do you have any point that you can add?
Yes. Very beautiful explanation from Mr. Arif. Okay. For the liberty for offense, I think I have a four sections. Okay. For first is section 52. Body corporate including company director, directors, managers, secretary, and other. For the second section is section 53, trade unions, and section 54, agent, And the last section is section 55, defense in proceeding, such as no knowledge of the offense. Second, conduct without consent, connivance, and third, effort have been taken to avoid any offense. Okay, Ikmal, do you have any
Yes.
question or any act to add?
Okay. In appeals part, there are one section which is section 63. In this section, there are two appeal committee appointed by minister. The chairman is the national Oshe council member, and two other person. And lastly, it is appeals on section 36 or 50. Okay, Arif, can you add something in our discussion?
Well, that's good and gorgeous point that you have. So I can continue with the regulation part. Okay, the regulation part has section 66. Okay, which is ministers has authority to make the regulation. Okay, next, the objective to control and prohibit, which are the example is manufacturing, supplying, or use of plant or substance. And next, to ensure the adequacy of welfare equipment. Okay, Ashraf, do you have any point?
I don't know what to say, Arif, because you have a very, very good explanation as well, okay? Okay, for the last act, I will add, adding is a miscellaneous, okay? Even it's hard to to talk, but I completely spell it, okay? For the last section is section 67, okay? Which means duty to keep secret, okay? You can tell anybody about this act. And second is a person may not disclose trade secret, manufacturing or commercial, which has come to his knowledge while at work, okay? So basically we complete explain about the all overall 50 act, okay? So I'm very, very proud about our group. So thank you so much, Mr. Arif and Mr. Iqbal.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you also
okay.
Ashraf and Arif.
See you next time and assalamualaikum.
Okay, that's it for our discussion. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, thank you.
Waalaikumsalam.